Okay, my beautiful friends, here we go. This is my Markets a Look Ahead segment. Sunday, March 8th, 2020. I'm tired. This daylight savings time thing gets to me a little bit. All right, look, enough of that. Let's get on track here with this newest segment of Markets a Look Ahead. So what's going on? A few things. We have a world right now that is paralyzed with fear. Paralyzed with fear. There are throngs of people now that are so afraid they can't do anything. And that's very sad to me. It really is. This is the mainstream media that is playing some kind of mind game with the masses of people, at least those who watch mainstream television. And that's very sad to me. But again, whenever there's a crisis like this, a crisis of the mind, I'm not saying that there are not things going on in this world that we need to pay attention to. Yeah. But if you become paralyzed with fear, you're playing right into it. You're being mind controlled. And that gives people opportunity to take advantage of you. Again, if they can make you afraid of one thing, they control your mind. All right, now with that said, let's talk about opportunity, people, because that's what I see here. I see opportunity abounding here for those of us that can see clearly and are not paralyzed by fear. That's what this is all about. I mean, you got the doomers out here who are so afraid of what's maybe going to happen here in the market because, again, they're stuck on one side. They're stuck in a position where they only make money when stocks go up. Me and my lions, let me say this as clear as I possibly can. We don't give a damn which way the market goes. It goes up, we're going to make money. It goes down, we're going to make money. It goes sideways, we're going to make money. This is how the Wall Street banks do it as well. You can do it too if you just pay attention to what's going on around you and you say, maybe there is opportunity. But even if you're not a trader, there's so much opportunity here, people. All right, let's start off with what we need to pay attention to. Two things. You know what they are already. Number one is this debt market. They got to get a handle on it. If they don't get a handle on the debt market, expect this market to crater further. The 10-year yield now below 1%. This is a danger zone for those that are stuck on the long side of this market. For me and my lions, again, like I said, we don't care. Market can go down. That's all well and good. We're going to make money the same way as if it goes up. You understand? And for my lions out here, just remember this. You don't have to buy calls and or puts. You can sell them as well and collect premium. There's so many ways to make money in this market. It's frankly stupid. Now, let's talk about a couple of other things here. Let's talk about crude. Crude oil is plunging. I told you already my take on it. In my view, crude oil has been so propped up. It has no bearing on reality today, and it's about $71 a barrel. If you want to see real-time prices of crude oil, gold, silver, platinum, palladium, and Bitcoin, right here, people. TradersChoice.net. Live charts there. They're free for you. Utilize this resource, okay? So crude oil, again, has no bearing on reality, and we're starting to see a correction to fair value between $25 and $27 is my fair value target for crude oil. The entire energy sector and the entire financial sectors are dependent on crude oil being higher. These two sectors, the largest in the market, if they go down, it's going to suck the entire stock market down with it. Okay? So what do? You bet against the market. It just could not be easier. So if we see this yield curve continue to crater, if we see crude oil continue to drop, where do you think the stock market's going to go? You got it? That's how easy it is. Now, I believe there is enormous, enormous, I can't stress this enough, opportunity here still in gold. Physical silver especially. I can't, you know what, really, my best advice to anyone watching this video right now, today, right now, okay, open up a new window and go buy physical in your hand, silver, okay? Why? Why? Because we know what central bank's grand plan is, and we know what they're doing. We know what they're going to do. We got an emergency 50 basis point rate cut last week. More cuts are coming. They're going to inflate. How do you take the opposite side of that trade as they continue to inflate because they have no alternative? That's their end game. Their goal is to inflate. You hold a hard asset. You got it? Do you understand that? It should be exceedingly simple to you. Major, major opportunity here. I also think every single one of the major cryptocurrencies out there is massively undervalued. Okay? That's my take on it. I pretty much own them all. I own them all the major cryptos. I also own gold, silver, platinum, palladium. I pulled all my cash out of my core stock positions before the meltdown. I announced it publicly. So could not possibly be sitting prettier than I am right now. You understand? That's why I'm so happy. Look. You see that? Yeah, that's me. And I will continue to shred this market's face off as I understand where it's going to go. How? Well, I'm looking at the debt market. I'm looking at crude oil. And they're going to tell me where the stock market's going. Do you understand? This is not that hard to do. It's not that hard to understand. For those of you that are stuck on the long end of this market and you are paralyzed because you're locked into it, you need to get on the horn with your fund managers who are probably brain dead and wouldn't know what to do anyway. That's very sad that they have control of your capital. But again, this is how it's designed. They get the masses of the people locked into an investment vehicle that only makes cash when the stock market goes in one direction. Meanwhile, these same institutions, the investment banks, the Wall Street banks, the hedge funds, they don't care at all if the market goes up, down, or sideways. You understand? It's a bizarre situation how they trap people. And then they mentally paralyze them by making them afraid of something. I've said this so many times, people, but no one seems to understand this. Nothing is what it seems. Nothing is what it seems. If you're living here in the United States and you're watching the mainstream media and they're telling you this is going on in this country and this is going on in that country, how do you know it's true if you're not there? You think that they're not able to lie to you on such a scale that what they're telling you is happening really isn't at all? This is going on around the world. It's not just a phenomenon today, but we've seen this. This is black ops. This is a brainwashing, mind-twisting scheme on an epic scale. Keep you distracted, keep you deflected. Remember, everything negative that is going on in the world right now is because of the coronavirus. And how do we know that's true? That's the narrative of the mainstream media right now. They are shoving it down your throat because they all have the same script. People, when they're afraid, they don't care what happens to their money. They don't care that our market is massively inflated beyond the point of belief. They don't understand that we're living under a financial Frankenstein, the debt bubble. They're distracted from what central banks are doing. Their final goal, their final solution to be the lender and buyer of last resort, which makes you the borrower. You are the slave. And everything they're doing to twist your mind is making sure you remain a slave. You stay in the dark. You can't be brought out into the light. And even those that I'm trying to bring people out into the light, and I get ridiculed and yelled at because people want to remain in the dark. They have dark lives being led by a dark force, no matter what they think they believe in. This is the truth. They're being mind twisted. But again, this is opportunity. This is opportunity to take advantage of the brainwashed. They're going to be taken advantage of anyway. And they're allowing this to happen to themselves. I said several days ago, if you want to be afraid of one thing, be afraid of yourself. If you are one of those that are locked into fear and panic and paralyzed, being led astray or led in one direction by the mainstream media, it's all done by design. If you think this is by accident, if you think what we're seeing now taking place in the world, everything collectively, the markets, the central banks, the coronavirus, all this right now coming together is by accident, then again, you don't understand a thing. And that's very frightening. Be afraid of yourself. All right, with that said, people, I'm going to let you go. Pay attention to the debt market, the yield curve, the 10-year yield especially, and you'll know what to do. It just could not be easier with regard to the central banks. They're going to inflate. They're going to inflate beyond your wildest dreams. God, who knows what the Fed is going to do tomorrow with regard to their repo pump. You know, they're involved in the biggest scam that has ever been perpetrated on the people of the world. In the last 25, and you can go right to the Federal Reserve's website, the last 25 repo operations the Federal Reserve has been involved in, $750 billion, more than the entire TARP program in just the last 25 repo operations since February. And this has been going on for months, but you're not supposed to know that. Focus on what they want you to be afraid of, because if you do that, you'll be paralyzed. You will not be able to look at what's going on around you. Think about what I just said. Since February, the last 25 Fed repo operations, $750 billion, more than the entire TARP program, and that's just in the last few weeks. And it's been going on for months, right under your nose. Right under your nose. So again, I'm going to go back to what I said. You want to be afraid of one thing? Be afraid of yourself if you're not paying attention to what's going on, because you are a pawn in a very dangerous game. And nothing is what it seems. Not a single thing. I love you all, and that's the truth. I want you to open your mind. I want you to think outside the box. If you followed my blog, and I have tens of freaking thousands all over the world, like I said, you are a very unique individual if you're able to absorb these concepts here. Get them in your head. There's a natural selection going on, people. This is a natural selection. By and large, the masses, they have no will of their own. They're told what to do, what to say, what to think, what to believe, and what to be afraid of. And their lives are controlled in that manner. But if you've been with me for any length of time, that is not you, and I congratulate you. I'm out of here. See you in the morning. Please share the video. Let's get more people on board here. We need them. And they think they need us too.